Welcome to this bonus episode, Saga of the Sail. I started having problems with my mainsail in Fiji about 3 weeks before I was due to leave for New Zealand. This is the mainsail that came with my boat when I bought it 5 years ago, and it was 4 years old at the time. It's seen me all the way from Maine down to New Zealand now, but it started to get pretty bad rips in it in Fiji. The first one that happened was on a sail to Musket Cove. Today there was sort of 20 plus knots of wind, and I think this tore during one of the times I reefed it. So I'm gonna try to find a bunch more sail tape for the passage to New Zealand so I can be actively fixing it. Hopefully nothing else bad happens. Ideally, I would have replaced the sail before leaving for New Zealand, but my visa was expiring, my engine was broken, and I didn't have time to wait for a new sail to come in to make the season that I wanted to get to New Zealand. So I left anyway, with a roll of sail tape, Dacron patches, and a pot of contact cement, and crossed fingers. And I saw a huge rip in the mainsail, which is sort of to be expected. I have this roll of sail tape. This is the thickest I could find in Fiji. So I'm going to take the sail down and try to tape up the seam. I'm just going over the very end a million times because I feel like this is going to be the problem part. Sail is up. It's not beautiful, but I think it's going to hold, hopefully. We'll see. It's 4 o'clock in the morning. Just had a 40-knot squall rip through, and about 3 feet of leech line tore off the top third of the sail. Right now we're just going bare poles. At first we were going 3.5, 4 knots bare poles, which was crazy. But now the wind's dropping and it's super rolly, super uncomfortable, so I'm going to try to just get this done as quickly as possible. The entire top third of the leech line ended up ripping off, so I took pieces of webbing and used it to secure the leech line back onto the sail. It wasn't elegant, but I was hoping it would stop it from flapping around and tearing more. On the tops and bottoms of each rip section, I reinforced it with a patch so that it wouldn't rip anymore. Also would like you to know that the repair I did before has held. Beautiful as it is. All told, it took my sister Tiga and I about 2 hours to make this new repair. The reason we didn't have the head sail up was because I tore it down in the squall and then just got completely laser focused in on fixing the main and didn't bother putting the head sail up again, because for basically the whole time we were doing about 3 knots downwind, just bare poles, and I didn't want to have to deal with anything other than what was immediately the problem at the time. Alright, repairs are done. Let's take a tour. Over here we have Tiga. So this is the base of the rip. I've put on an elegant patch here. Then we have the webbing to hold the leech on, and then another patch here. Then this is this is the sewing line that I did, and I just used contact cement because the sail tape wasn't sticking, and Dacron patches to hold that on. There's another one like this that's sort of buried in the leech line up there, but then we get to the big one, which is this guy. And this is the one that has all of these, and then it ends in this patch up here. Alright, we have the sail back up, and we are going to win the prize for most ratchet boat to arrive in New Zealand in 2022. I will say that. So far, so good. That is all. Tiga and I made it the rest of the way to New Zealand without any further complications, and then we laid the sail out to patch it properly. Right, next thing on the list of things is to patch up this sail. I have this huge piece of Dacron here, and I'm gonna cut it into a strip and just stick it on the leech line and try to baby this thing. Get another month out of it, maybe. This is the sail. These are the things I put on that didn't hold at all. They just tore right through. So I needed a straight edge for this. I don't have a T-square, but the dock is square. So I've just lined it up with this section of dock, and I've lined the back of it up with this section, and I'm using that to roughly make a nice straight edge to go off of, because that'll make everything easier in the long run. This contact cement onto the sail. Need your help for this next part. Your paintbrush. All right, sail is repaired. While I was in the marina repairing my sail and replacing my engine, I managed to score a sponsorship from Rolly Tasker Sails. They told me that they would send me a brand new mainsail for my boat to replace the old one. All I had to do was send them the measurements and we were going to get started. Obviously it's not beautiful and obviously it's not going to last for very long, but if I can just get this to keep me in a mainsail until I'm able to replace it, that's sort of all I'm hoping for. And I'm not really going to be doing much cruising in New Zealand. Mostly I'm going to be working on my boat, so we'll see how it goes. Anyway, it's almost the end of the day, so day well spent, I would say. I'm here on my boat with my mom. She just flew in yesterday, and I did promise that I wouldn't put her to work too hard. So the only thing that we're doing together is that she's gonna send me up the mast so that I can measure for a new mainsail, which is very exciting. So we have our little diagram. So I'm gonna measure obviously the 3 dimensions of the sail and then where each reef point lies, because I really like where my reefs are. And then that's pretty much it. But to get this measurement, I've decided the most accurate way is if I climb up the mast with a tape measure and measure down it, because lines stretch and I want it to be very precise measurement. All ready to hoist me up the mast?
Ready to do it. Here we go. Put on my sunglasses.
So the bosun's chair that I'm using is one that someone gave to me. It's this brand. I really like it because it's just a piece of fabric. And it used to have this little safety belt thing in the front, but I cut it out because it was really annoying. So it just has this thingy, and it doesn't have the between the legs thing because it's sort of, I don't know, maybe it was made for a bigger person. And then if I want to attach any tools or anything to the bottom of it, I have this loop. Otherwise it just, oh no, that doesn't even go in front of you. This is what you attach the halyard to. So it's just an open face chair.
Good thing it has a thingy. Thingies are so important.
Yeah, it's just really easy to use.
Look, you've got a pocket.
I think I'll put the tape measure in the pocket. I doubt the snap works.
No. If it did, you'd never get it open.
I was
up
gonna
there.
say, please
like,
don't close it. It will never open again. Oh, and it also has...
Oh, you could put something in there that would fall through.
Yeah.
Very helpful.
Pockets for your lipstick and stuff.
It's a little, for a miniature hammer. So that if you get scared, you can put your fingers in and be like, ah!
Hold on.
Hold on to your butt.
Right, I'm gonna put the tape measure in the pocket.
Okay.
It's the only part that matters.
Rolling, take 1. This looks so exciting.
My mom hauled me up to the top of the mast and I measured down in increments of 5 meters because that was the length of my tape measure. Yes, I could have taken the sail off, brought it ashore and measured it, but the anchorage where I was a mile from shore in a river with really strong current, and it was very difficult to get ashore, so I tried not to do it too much. And this way I was also able to do a rig check while I was up there and had someone who was capable and I trusted to pull me up the mast. So I kind of got 2 birds stoned at once with this whole situation, and I was able to get a really close look at exactly how destroyed my old sail was. Okay, that's probably good.
Okay, I'm gonna cleat you off.
Thank you. I just got a very exciting email. My sail has arrived from Rolly Tasker. It's waiting for me in Opua Marina. It was supposed to get here on Thursday and today's only Tuesday, so they must have sent it really fast. They've been super amazing to communicate, like very easy to communicate with. The whole process was really, like, I felt taken care of throughout the whole thing. I gave them my measurements for the new sail, and they said that they had actually made a sail for a grind before, and that the measurements for that grind were slightly different than mine. And I was like, well, they probably did a better job of measuring than I did, so I'm gonna go with theirs. I'm just over the moon excited because, okay, so today's Tuesday, tomorrow I get my sail, and then on Sunday I leave. There's a weather window that looks pretty sweet to get up to Vanuatu, so I will have my new sail for that passage. So the shakedown with my new Rolly Tasker sail is going to be sailing from New Zealand to Vanuatu, but I'm not worried about it at all. Like, I know it's a great quality sail, and I feel like, you know, doing an 1,100 mile passage with this new sail for the first time taking it out is just gonna be no problem whatsoever. So yeah, I'm so excited to get this thing. My old one is just so, I am trying to not swear on my channel anymore, so I'm going to say messed up. But we all know that I meant the F word. My new sail is here. I'm so excited to open it up and put it on the boat. Here it is. This bag is going to be perfect for my working jib to live in, because right now it doesn't have a bag, and obviously the main doesn't need this bag again. It's a super nice bag. Alright, next I'm going to take the old sail off and turn it into a surfboard bag. So the other thing I want to talk about is the slides. The slides on my old sail are these circular ones on a little bit of a rocker. And that's what my sail came with, and that's what I've always used, but they get stuck. They're the wrong shape, they're the wrong size, they're the wrong something. So the gate, which right now one of the sides is off so that I can get the new slats in. Normally there's one of those on either side. They always get stuck at the gate, so I have to be at the mast when I up my main. Well, I have to be anyway because the halyard is there, but they just stick and they don't do well. So I had a chat with Rolly Tasker people, and they recommended that I get flat slides, which they said are gonna work way better for my mast. So I'm super excited to try out these new flat slides, and hopefully it makes reefing, unreefing, upping and downing the main a lot easier. They also sent me this cute little, I think it's for getting the battens in, but it's like an adorable little poker. I feel like I can use it for something else once I've put the battens in. I'm definitely gonna keep this. Another difference between this sail and my old sail is that this one is loose-footed, which they said is a much more modern design, so it still has this really nice stainless foot that goes in, but it doesn't slide through the boom like my old one used to. And they've put this really nice leather reinforcing over everything. So these are the new slides. You can see that they have a flatter bottom and they're wider, so I'm hoping that they don't get hung up in the gate. They're definitely, they look like they're really good quality, and they're sewn on so beautifully. Mine, like this. They're all kind of coming off. Alright, all the slides are in. These are so much beefier than mine. They're thicker, they fit really well, and I think they're going to be way easier to get up than mine. Okay, I've got all the battens in. Now I'm going to use a little batten pusher to push them. So the sail is on. I'm going to just haul it up, see what it looks like, and then take it down, put the reefs in, and then haul it up again and see what it looks like again. But this is just sort of the preliminary. I'm very excited. Check out this beauty. It's just incredible. My old sail was so baggy from the back, and this one is just like it's a whole different boat. Sorry, Rolly Tasker, I already got blood on the new sail. I also want to point out this amazing detail that I didn't notice until I raised the main, but they actually have put the Grind logo on the sail, which is just such a nice thought. Like, they definitely didn't have to do that, but now I have a branded Grind sail, which is amazing. So I've just run the reef lines through here, and now I'm going to run them forward, and then I'm going to take the sail down and put it to bed. Okay. This new sail is just amazing. The quality is so good, the communication was so good, and the little detail of adding the Grind logo is just so personalized. It shows that they really care. I have another insane coincidence that I only noticed a couple weeks ago. I kind of have two jibs that I use for the most part. I have my big full-sized head sail, and then I have my smaller working jib. And I was looking at it the other day and I realized that it's also a Rolly Tasker sail, and I found this one in a marine salvage store. So when I was in North Carolina, I was trading hours working at this marine salvage store in exchange for things that I needed from the store. One of the things I needed was a working jib, and so as I was working at the store, one of the things I did was catalog all the sails that they had, because none of them had measurements, so I was rolling them all out, measuring them, tagging them, and putting them back. They had an entire giant room full of sails. That was my primary job. And as I was doing it, I was looking for a good quality working jib for my own boat, and this is the one that I found. It was the best of the tens and tens of sails that I rolled out and looked through, and it's Rolly Tasker, which is crazy. So I've kind of been repping them from the get-go. This sail has gotten me from Maine all the way to New Zealand on this little head sail. I got it used. I have no idea what kind of life it had before, but it's lasted me 4 years used, and it's still in excellent nick. So it's only fitting that I take this bag that the main sail came in and use it as the sail bag for my Rolly Tasker head sail, because it's never had a bag before, but now it will. The exciting thing about this is that the first sea trial I'm going to do with my new mainsail is to sail 1,100 miles from New Zealand to Vanuatu. So stay tuned for the next video where I do that. Thanks for watching this extra little sail snack, and thank you so much to Rolly Tasker for the beautiful new sail. I can't wait to see trial it on the passage to Vanuatu. I put up regular videos on YouTube every 2 weeks, and for my patrons, you guys get a snack on the weeks that I don't put out a full-length YouTube episode. Thank you, Tish, for helping me schedule these videos online and get them set. I edit them here on my boat, upload them to Dropbox, and then she puts them on YouTube and makes sure that they get out in time for you guys. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you with all of my regular episodes, that is, in the regular order of regular scheduling at the regular time.